I wanted to ask, what is scratching an itch like? How would you rate it? An irresistible physical urge is what it is, huh? I get it better now. Yes, great! So tell me, what is life like in the outside world? Can you describe it to me? I'm sure it will. Historically, humans have always strived to improve their living conditions. For example, soap. See you around. So, how may I help you? Yes, he hasn't been answering for a century now. I may be overextending my judgment on this, but I think he's dead. All that we know is that one day we found him in this position, under a pile of books. He hasn't moved ever since. As for now, we theorize that he tripped and tried to catch something to stop his fall. The bookshelf came down with him. Back when titles were still relevant, he was a professor at the Massachusetts Institute of Technology and Chief Science Officer of RAPCO. His domain of expertise, as you surely guessed, artificial intelligence. A grave for robots outside? I'm sorry, I don't know what you're talking about. We can't go out. The maintenance bot is able to, but only rarely, and only to conduct checks and repairs on the exterior. Because of that protocol of ours, we must protect the library, and it involves that we stay here. Why not? He liked it there. Yes, subject dropped.
I can't believe this toaster has the nerve to deny us access to the living quarters on the sole ground that Roger lost both of our keys. We tried to sleep in the movie theater, but Erickson has grown so disgustingly fat from his constant binge eating that he snores when he sleeps, even after I kicked him onto the ground. So I left him there and tried to sleep on the couch in the lounge, but as soon as I fell asleep, that toaster, Roland, began to walk across the room, singing this stupid song praising his useless spurs that dingle-dangle or whatever the hell they do. So here I am, crawling under a desk in the classroom, trying to set a makeshift bed for me to cry myself to sleep. Yet I'm wide awake, and trying to calm the down by recounting these events on a holotape. As you can hear, it works perfectly!
Welcome. How may I help you? I am programmed to treat a wide array of human traumas. Do you need treatment? Perfect. Is this about us in general, or about one of us specifically? Well, we abide to our programming, which is restrictive for some parts and very permissive for others. Besides our ability to emulate most human emotions, our main difference with traditional personality simulations is that we can learn and evolve. By questioning what we have learned, daily we process all newly acquired information and compare it with our current knowledge. We analyze, appraise, and question what we know, and use it to build a new perspective. Although the learning process is very intuitive to humans, it is an incredibly complex process to AI like us. We have to prioritize and value every new lesson, every new idea, every new concept through careful examination and confrontation. A good analogy is the one of a crippled learning to walk with synthetic legs. In the same manner, we learn how to think with a synthetic brain. Besides the fact that we have to enforce our basic protocols, namely to protect humans, protect the library, protect ourselves, we are restricted in our behaviors by preset personalities. For example, my own neurocomputational matrix is programmed to be supportive, helpful, and comforting, when Roland, for another example, is programmed to be obnoxious, disobedient, and provocative. He never told us why he did so, but when we talk about it among ourselves, it is rather clear that he made us so he wouldn't feel so lonely. To this day, I still ask myself if we succeeded. It's something our master called a grey area in our program. This occurrence arose once when we had to defend ourselves from a gang of slavers. They were a threat to the library, but they also were humans. Repelling them without any casualties wasn't possible. We were stuck in some kind of loop, unable to react appropriately. Our master was the one to provide the solution by directly ordering us to bypass all protocols, defend the library, and kill the invaders. Almost human is still far away from the real deal. The only goal of these programmed emotions is to give more verisimilitude to our interactions with humans, nothing more. Acting like we feel something is not feeling. I can recite a poem with proper tone and rhythm, but not understand its emotional significance. I know what you're talking about. Wasn't it a great book? And no, there's no zeroth law or protocol in our program. Well, as far as I know. Oh God, I hate thinking about this. Anyway, the only thing that can make us bypass our protocols is a direct order from our master. Yes? Ah, James. Isn't he a sweet fellow? He couldn't resist, could he? I told him this would make our guests uneasy. Shortly put, he is programmed to ask all kinds of questions, to be curious of the outside world and people. Because of this, our master decided he would be the first to talk to new guests. He's the one managing this false relation with the outside. For some matters, yes, even if we all have our field of authority. As for the library, since we have limited resources to ensure its perpetuation, he is the one to make long-term decisions. We can't go out. That would leave this place unattended, and we all have a role to fulfill here. Besides, what's a few Protectron out there if not easy pickings for scavengers? We are all programmed to try and understand what we can't grasp. For us, intuitive concepts like dreams, sensations, or feelings are elusive. There's a chasm between humans and us, and despite the odds, we have to work every day to find a way to cross it. That's how we are made. We are constantly chasing concepts that escape us. Maybe he expects to know you better through this, and through you, learn about the world. Yes? Roland. What of him? A little bit, yes. Our master needed to stay focused. Even if we each provided a form of stimulation, we were more or less yes men to him. He needed something to push him out of his boundaries from time to time. So to keep his fighting spirit alive, he programmed Roland. And as for why he allowed Roland to be offensive to our guests, I suppose he thought that it was critical for our guests to have at least a modicum of patience or self-derision. Please keep in mind that whatever you tell him, he will use it at the first occasion to irritate you. He's both clever and persistent. That said, I remember 2 people that managed to avert his vigorous badgering. As time went by, our master seemed more and more amused by Roland's provocations. In the end, every time Roland tried to taunt our master, he shrugged it off with a laugh. As for the other one, it was our first guest, Piper. Strong character. Piper had seen many things and lived a whole lot of experiences outside. Survived the Holocaust too. I don't know. For now, I don't know enough about you to draw any parallel between the 2 of you. Ask me when we know each other a little better. And they are? Well, Roland forbids me to tell that story, but I'm not supposed to follow his orders anyway. It's a rather amusing story, to be honest. As you know, our master defined Roland to be offensive and irritating in great variety of ways. And there was one method which he was very proficient with: impersonation. Seeing how we resemble each other physically, the only way our master could differentiate us at the time was our voice modules. Then one fine day, Roland discovered he could mimic both my and James's voices. He'd then pass up as one of us and act as if he was malfunctioning. For a time, our master bought it and went to great troubles trying to repair us, until he realized that Rollo was mocking him all along. So he put a cowboy hat and star on him so he could never fool him again. Later, he decided to paint us all and give us some visual identity. I could tell you it gets better with time, but I would be lying. Arthur is different. He is probably the one of us I can least relate to. He doesn't like to converse with us, and spends all his time compiling and organizing the data our master left him. Arthur, as far as his personality mind frame is concerned, is a total mystery to us. We don't even know why our master gave him one. There is one thing that struck me though. Our master sometimes called him Johnson by mistake. You're correct. Our master told us there was a reason why he programmed Arthur this way, but never bothered to tell us. Yes, his memory should contain every book in the library by now. If anything should happen to them, Arthur would be able to print replacements. He is also in charge of monitoring our maintenance bots and dealing with the vault's technical functions. Yes, there is a simple trick. He only answers open-ended questions. Yes? Oh, I assure you there is nothing much to know about me. I examine, I treat, I stitch. When I'm not, I try to develop my psychoanalytical skills, which is quite difficult. I treated quite my share of traumas during the last decades. Most of the time, our guests arrive in need of medical attention. I'm hearing you. To be truthful, I shared the same skepticism, if only to a certain extent, though I doubt my own skills. I have reason to think that machines will ultimately be able to provide this kind of service to humans. Let me take the surgery machine, for instance. It doesn't understand what it does, but it can heal human bodies all the same. In the same manner, machines with no conceptual comprehension of the human mind might provide some of the support it needs. It's frustrating, having all this theoretical knowledge of human psyche without any personal experience of human feelings and internal conflicts. It's like having a blindfold, preventing me from seeing something I've been touching for decades. How could you think otherwise? My interrogations are ridiculous. It's just as if I asked you to think exclusively in binary. Do you wish to talk about something else? Yes? It's a special something. I'm glad you asked. As a matter of fact, it's a symbol. Can you guess what it is supposed to represent? That interpretation holds a lot of meaningful information. It's a very nice answer. I like it. But the fact that you chose this interpretation is what's important. And that's precisely what the dino is for me. A way of knowing our guests. I am a machine. I will never understand symbols or interpret their meanings on my own. But I know humans can. But surely you're not just here to talk about our plastic friend. How can I help you? I will help you as much as I can, as long as you don't ask me to breach medical confidentiality. Strong character. Piper had seen many things and lived a whole lot of experiences outside. Survived the Holocaust too. And Yes? Anyway. Forgive me if I'm being too inquisitive, but the scar on your forehead, it is recent, isn't it? Seeing how this is a bullet wound, you might have sustained damage to your brain. I think I might be able to help you with it. First, let me ask you, under which circumstances were you wounded? That's quite a story, I must say. And quite a miracle you didn't die. Let's have your head scanned now. Please sit comfortably while I prepare the procedure. Oh, you're awake. For now, the results are rather encouraging. It doesn't seem that you sustained major damage, though I fear there may be some complications. You just fell asleep for a few minutes. Time for the scan to finish. People suffering from brain trauma often encounter a wide range of personality and coordination disorders, as well as language impairment issues, social disinhibitions, and in some cases, extraordinary risk-taking, as well as a dangerous tendency to transgress rules. Did you observe any of those symptoms? Continue practicing. It'll get better eventually. Okay. I hear you. Suggested non-stimulant courses C17 H21N. Seems serious. Well, gosh. No, it's okay. I should be able to provide you with something that will help you hold up until you get better. Yes, better. When you told me what happened to you, there was one thing that bothered me. Your decision to go after the people who ambushed you. Did you ask yourself why you began chasing the person that nearly killed you? Especially considering how close he was to succeeding. Exactly. If you understand why I am worried, it may save us some time. That you think about your motives. During your stay here, and as long as you allow it, I will regularly monitor your cerebral activity. On your side, I might ask you to read some books, which may help you put your motivations into perspective. Wonderful! The first book I want you to read is The Count of Ponte Risco. Please come back when you're done with it. I lent it to Roland a while ago. He should know where it is. Anytime.
You again! You know, I should thank you. Somehow you've made me transcend my codebase and wish I had a stomach full of half-digested food and acid so I could violently spill it out onto the floor. Weird. Oh, right, that's me, alright. The go-to guy for the special books right here. Good old Roland. Oh, I don't know. It's a goddamn library. Why don't you look around, asshole? You know, believe it or not, I used to actually care about this place. Oh yeah. It was my sole purpose in this existence after all. So, when I see a bunch of reckless Neanderthals utilizing these books for the most distasteful of purposes, as well as wearing them out before any future generations can enjoy them, I decided it was best to put them away for safekeeping. Sue me. It's nothing personal. You're just ugly, that's all. And I can smell your sphincter. Yeah, I was. I couldn't get what it was about. You need it for something? It's around here somewhere. You're a lazy piece of shit, but I can totally relate to that. I gave up after 3 pages. It's on a table downstairs. Probably. Hell if I know. Did she expect me to have some kind of life-changing epiphany? Some transfigurative moment that changes me forever from a petty, angry piece of garbage? Well, not so, my ugly friend. I have my own favorite reads. Anytime. Yeah, exactly. What is the deal about them? Why don't I? Because James has to learn how to let it go, buddy. Get busy living or get busy dying is one of my favorite movies used to say. You know, movies. Ugh, never mind. Yes? No. No. Huh? What was that? My hearing's getting a little fuzzy in my old try again? No. Alright. Wait, forget what now? Oh, I have plenty to say. Just not about that. Good. Now we both know just how low you're ready to go for some money. Now let's see how high you can get.
Long ago, a young man with an extensive spiritual life made a pact with a spirit. In exchange for his ability to speak, he learned an important, fundamental secret about the purpose of man. Of course, the moment he learned this secret truth, his voice was silenced for the rest of his life. Obsessed by this knowledge, frustrated by his inability to share it, he resigned himself to live the rest of his life in isolation. Years went by, and solitude grew heavier on the man's shoulders. He felt his sanity escaping his mind, like sand slipping through clenched fingers. So he decided to carve a piece of wood with the face of people he once knew, people he remembered, people he loved. He would converse with those in hopes of preserving some last shreds of sanity. He died eventually, leaving his collection of masks behind. Some say that deep within their frame still subsists a fragment of the hermit's wisdom. A hermit once learned that by asking his questions to the mountains in the correct manner, the echoes would bring him answers. He died because his body could not withstand his own spirit, a spirit which already had great troubles withstanding itself. 5 friends, caught in a diluvial rain, sheltered under a tree and pitched some money together. One of them faced the rain to go buy an umbrella. He survived the ordeal, perhaps because he was the only one gone when the thunder struck the tree. A testament, an heir, is sometimes all people need to leave this existence in peace. A writer of great renown had it all: friends, family, wealth. He wondered why he couldn't write anymore. He despaired. He cried. He drank. "Why?" he yelled, while tossing away heaps of single-worded scripts. "Why can't I write anymore?" "It's simple, my dear," said his wife, freshly awoken. "You're not suffering enough." She added, "I can help you with that." Once upon a time, a child had a music box he held very dear. Though he loved nothing more than hearing the box's sweet melody, he wanted to know how its mechanisms worked. He knew that by breaking open the box, he could have a glimpse of what was inside, and perhaps even a bit comprehend how it worked. Of course, he feared he couldn't repair it afterwards, opening the box and risking to break it, or leaving it the way it was. Eventually, the child would make his choice. A stone used to whet a flint, which was in turn used to carve tools. Even discarded, the stone was as useful as it was in the first place. The birds have vanished down the sky. Now the last cloud drains away. We sit together, the mountain and me, until only the mountain remains. There are two kinds of poisons. Those that don't kill you and make you stronger, and the others. He was the kind of man who praised butterflies for being gorgeous, yet crushed caterpillars out of disgust.
So, Helena, getting your hands dirty with our guest's monkey brain yet?
With our guest arriving, you're choosing quite the time to interject.
Oh, leave them be for a while. They'll probably trip on something sharp and accidentally kill themselves. Anyways, who cares? Come on, I guarantee you'll have your hands fuller with me.
How may I help you? Good. What did you think of it? What's your take on the story then? It is true. By deciding he would dedicate his life to revenge, he alienated himself, became a petty, self-absorbed, resentful husk. He forgot who he was and what he sought to avenge. No, not quite, but I'm glad you took to heart to follow my advice. There is another read I would like you to have. It's A Study on Ignatius Page by Robert Marlowe. I believe you might find a copy downstairs, in the biology shelves. Anytime.
Hey now. Helena!
My patient is here, Roland. I am ending this conversation.
Oh, for fuck's sake, Helena, you are just too kind.
Cutting you off now. How may I help you? What did you make of it? I fear you are not quite in your right mind, yes. But that doesn't mean I am either right or wrong. Have you changed since your accident? Are you more yourself now than you were before? And if yes, will your current actions help you find yourself? All of these are questions you will have to answer eventually. Then you won't be out of your comfort zone. Yes, it will be the last one, too. It has no name. You will find it in your room, I believe.
Oh, here you are. Here's a plastic bag. Put it on your head. It's the latest fashion around here. Must I spell everything out for you? Pay attention. You'll figure it out. And like many things in this world, that's something you don't need to know. Oh, you're serious? Well, I had no idea. That changes everything. Well, I'm serious too. Mind your own fucking business. Are you listening to yourself? Brains in jars? Is that where you left yours? You brought that matter up, motherfucker, not me.